What's wrong? Not running away? Why don't you run? Aren't you a great athlete?
It's always been like this. All those goddamn hyenas forcing their expectations on me. I'm doing this all for them! What's wrong about demanding a reward for that?
Now you're making excuses? We'll do something about that distorted heart of yours.
Scared right now? You're seeing the same view that Shiho did. I'm sure she was scared too. Except she had no choice but to jump. What will you do? Will you jump? Or would you rather die here?
Do you want to finish him off? It's your call.
No, please wait. I beg you. Just forgive me!
Shut up. I bet everyone told you the same. But you took everything from them!
I accept defeat. You want this? Take it. Go ahead and finish me off. You do that, and my real self will go down too. You have that right, since you've won.
On!
If his mind shuts down, he can't admit his crimes.
You're kind, Lady An.
I've lost. You're through when you lose. What am I supposed to do now?
Atone for your sins.
All right. I will leave now and return to my real self. I'll make
Whoa!
Hey, just so you know, we don't have time to waste. This place is about to collapse.
Run!
We're gonna die! We're so gonna die! Hey, what the?
No fair, you jerk! It's been a while, so I just tripped this.
That sucked.
Look at the nav.
The destination has been deleted.
It's true. We can't go there anymore.
What about the treasure?
What the?
A medal? Wait, where'd that crown go?
What's going on?
It means that was the source of Kamoshida's desires. To him, this medal is worth as much as that crown we saw in the palace.
An Olympic medal. So, that perv kept clinging to his past glory and couldn't let it go.
But this means that Kamoshida's heart might have changed, right?
Probably.
Our expulsion's on the line here.
This is the first successful example for me too. However, there's no doubt that this has affected Kamoshida's personality quite a lot. The entire palace disappeared after all.
I feel all antsy. Ain't there a way to check now?
We'll know soon enough.
Right.
Come on, why the gloomy faces? Be happy! We completed this with great success, you know.
We just don't know if everything's okay yet.
I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. Remember how Kamoshida's shadow said that he's returning to his self in reality? Suguro Kamoshida was a scum. Still, he did seem to regain his conscience somewhat at the end.
It seems so.
There are definitely those who have been saved thanks to what you've done.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess we gotta wait. It all boils down to what's gonna happen to Kamoshida. Or if we're getting expelled for real.
Let's be patient.
Right. Come on, let's go home.
Ah, you're back.
Thanks, I finally got to avenge Shiho because of you guys. I'm pretty sure there was no way I'd have been able to do anything on my own. So seriously, thank you. I owe you so much. You helped too. You think? I'm glad to hear that. Anyway, that cognitive world was pretty crazy, huh? What a mysterious place. I can't believe we actually stole someone's heart. Speaking of mysterious, there's also the matter of Morgana's transformation. When we were escaping, didn't he turn back into a cat even though we were still in the palace? Basically, the treasure changes the shape of things. Once that's gone, that power no longer works. Though the real reason I changed quickly back then was because I'm so incredibly skilled. What a strange creature. Don't you think that's a little harsh? I think I feel a little better after talking to you, thanks. We still haven't seen any results, but it feels like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I hope you don't mind talking to me too much. Well, see you tomorrow. Oh, that's it. And we did go into the other world, so we can't do anything at night. Let's just go to sleep. Actually, let me save.
I'll just add this.
Barring some magical catastrophe where my PS4 suddenly shuts down. I don't want to lose that progress. Recording your daily activities, huh? Well, I hope people start thinking better of you soon.
Hey!
So now that we've actually cleared out the palace and taken the treasure, we have a little bit of free time. The deadline still applies, so we'll see what we do now. Alright, what are these people going to talk about? It's a pain to put makeup on. Lazy woman. Oh, there's home shopping. You can find good stuff on Sundays. They even sell surgical masks.
Morning!
Do I get you? Am I also exhausted? You're slacking. I'm hard on you because I know about the stupid things you're gonna do in the future, Ryuji.
Ahem.
Yeah, using his element of being a D-bag. A world-famous athlete like him. Well, there are a lot of Olympic medal winners. It's not really clear how long ago he was an Olympian, though. Was it like 8 years ago, 10 years ago? Who knows? Although maybe it is clear. It might say somewhere in the design works how old he is. So you could maybe get a guess for how long ago he had competed before Persona 5. Why does everyone think I don't like
Do
sports?
you know the answer?
I guess it's true. The hero doesn't really compete in sports. What event did Emperor Nero add to the Olympics so that he could participate? Why, that would be singing.
Correct.
Nero was tone deaf, but ended up winning. The Emperor had absolute power. He was lecherous as well. What a coincidence.
Nice going.
Point into my knowledge. People have begun re-evaluating Nero's reign. He was lacking in sportsmanship.
No, no, no.
Have you seen Kamoshida? You really think he changed?
I hope so.
Well, yeah.
Oh, perfect timing. Study hall will be held instead of PE today. I'm letting you know just in case you haven't heard. Mr. Kamoshida has taken the day off.
He ain't here?
Don't tell anyone that you heard this from me. But we received word that Mr. Kamoshida is placing himself under suspension. Such an important time before the tournament, too. Principal Kobayakawa went to talk to him about it, but he supposedly wasn't making any sense.
Wait, a suspension?
Not so loud! The talks about your expulsions may be put on hold, too. I don't know too much about it, though. Anyway, I've relayed what's going on to you.
Looks like something happened. At least it sounds different from a mental shutdown. I guess all we can do is wait.
Well then.
We did all we can. Now we wait. Waiting is boring. Not really. Now we get to do fun activities. All this waiting's got me antsy. We should go on a trip or something. What do you think? An's going to pass. I'll be visiting Shiho in the hospital after school for the next few days. I can't do much to help her, but it'll be nice at least to see her face. Gotcha. Hope she wakes up soon. Go cheer her up. I'm totally down to go somewhere once things calm down, though. Alright, we have 9 days until the expulsion. Or what would have been the expulsion. Now we must await the change of heart. And we have a message from Ryuji. He's gonna go train. Yo, I'm gonna go train. You wanna join in? I'll probably end up going easy on myself if I do it alone. Anyways, it'd probably be most efficient if we train together. How about it? So, this is the first time I have to actually explain this, I guess. I think I could have done it on the last event. I just forgot to do it. So if you're familiar with Persona 3 and 4, you know that the social system has a way of making rank ups occur faster. And that's by carrying personas of the same arcana with the people you hang out with. So when we have chariot personas, when we go to hang out with Ryuji, it helps rank his confidant up quicker. You get more points for your responses. And that's pretty much how you do all the confidants or social links in a single playthrough, by taking advantage of the system and always knowing what responses are going to be the most favorable and give you the most points, etc. That's pretty much how you do a max run in Persona. So let's see, is there anything else I need to do today? Let me check my money real quick. I will decide later. Whoops, wrong button. Triangle. I now have 35,000 yen on me. So with that in mind, I'm gonna go head over to Yongenjaya and see how expensive this is gonna be. Alright, over here to the left is a second-hand shop. You buy all kinds of used goods and whatnot.
How can I help you?
You can buy some materials here for crafting. In fact, I'll probably buy a few of these. Give me 2. But I want to buy the CRT television. An old CRT television looks like it still works. Now, you don't necessarily need this at this point in the game, but it can save you a little bit of time. It can come in handy. So I'll buy that. Those are my frivolous expenses for the month. I also have all that treasure that we reaped inside of the palace, all the stuff from the things I was breaking. That's in my inventory right now, and I have not sold it off. I can do that at a later time and get even more money. So let's talk to Ryuji. Let's go hang out with him. Alright, let's do some intense training today. Go change and meet me behind the gym.
Whoa!
So these are his former teammates. The former track team, because the track team got shut down. Let's not fight. They really do not like Ryuji. They hold a massive grudge. Calm down, Ryuji. He likes me. Another lame high five. I feel like my bond with Ryuji is growing deeper. Chariot rank 3. Follow-up. Chance to perform a follow-up attack if Joker's attack does not down the enemy.
All right.
Those guys have problems.
See ya.
Maybe they should stop pointing the finger and look at themselves.
Ah, you're back.
I went to see Shiho today, and I told her we settled things with Kamoshida. She still hasn't regained consciousness, but I had to go make amends. What do you mean you didn't do anything wrong, An? Right, Akira? It's not your fault, An. But I wasn't there when she needed help. I'm a failure as a friend. I have to do all I can to make up for that, starting now. Otherwise, I don't think I'll be able to move on. Man, I didn't know you were so passionate. I totally didn't notice that back in middle school. I think it's because of you guys. I'm a little embarrassed, though. Anyway, Ryuji, Akira, I hope we can keep helping each other out from now on, too. Sojiro wants to chat. I did buy an old TV. Hey, it's in my room now. Let's go check that out. There it is. A big sunny TV, I think that's what that says. It has a tuner, so you can watch basic channels, and it came with a DVD player. Now, as we saw in my streams, and other people have found out, if you do not buy this TV, you can miss out on some optional events later in the game. There are things that have to do with your closest friends, your party members, actually. Sometimes they can be like, hey, mind if I come over? And you can like do a thing that like involves the TV, like maybe watching a thing on TV or a movie or playing a game or something like that. But if you don't have the TV and you like get those messages for those invites, like the hero has to be like, I don't own a TV, I'm too poor. And they're like, what, you loser, you don't own a TV? It's pretty nice. Unique dialogue. We won't see that though. So let's check out what's going on. Special edition, Discovery Town Detectives. We share limited edition items that are all the rage. We're talking about Recover Oil. It's very popular among young women, and it's on sale now at Body Chop. So I take that that's probably a gift item. I've never explained that on camera, I think. There is a gift system in Persona 5, so it pertains to the girls. You can give your lovely lady a gift on confidant events that are not rank ups. So like between rank ups, if you take them to a location to hang out with them, you can be like, oh, here's a thing. So now you can like me more. And that way, like if your next event wasn't going to be a rank up, now it will be because you gave them a gift. You're never going to see me do that. Not once. And it's not because I'm a bad person. It's not because I don't like giving gifts, but because it's not necessary. The gift system is really there to help people who are, quite frankly, not very good at Persona's social system. There is not a single event not with the girls at least. I think there's one character, and it's a dude, what I should say, there's no confidant events besides maybe one guy, in which you have 2 hangouts in a row where a rank up does not occur. So at most, it'll be like rank up, filler event, then another rank up. It's never 2 filler events. And then when there's 2 filler events, that's when the gift can help. But I digress. I actually want to save the game here. Need to do this in case I ever mess up one of these confidant responses. Rotate your saves, kiddies. Don't be dumb. You would not believe how many stupid messages I have gotten from people on GameFAQs, or I have now been alerted to threads that exist about, like, I don't read the GameFAQs message board. I've maybe perused it a couple times, but my good mod, Austin, the Zero Arcana, pointed me to threads of, like, people complaining about the guide or whatever, and some of them are, like, people who made mistakes and they couldn't go back, and it's like, why didn't you rotate your saves? It says it at the top of the thing. Rotate your saves in Persona. It's so important.
Yo.
Let's talk to Sojiro. This may be a good opportunity to deepen my bond with Sojiro. Let's talk.
Yo.
In other words, it's time to start his confidant.
Hey, how's school? You're not causing any trouble, are you?
I'm not. Technically, I
Good.
did.
I've got to report to your probation officer twice a month. It's already a pain in the ass as is, so please don't make me have to write even more crap. Got that? This society is kept in check by laws and authority figures. You can go and get yourself killed if you want, but don't go dragging other people into your mess. The last thing we need is more idiots like you roaming around. What's wrong? Yeah, I'm heading out now. Sorry about that. I know. The usual, right? Okay. I'll see you later. As you can see, I'm pretty damn busy both at work and in my private life. If you could lend a hand, it'd really be a great help.
So you're gonna burn me, now you're gonna ask me to do free work for you? Let's earn his trust. I'd be glad to.
Now we're talking. Either way, I won't ask you to work for free. If you agree to help me, then I'll teach you how to make the perfect cup of coffee. Not a bad trade, eh?
You won't work for free. I'll not pay you. I'll teach you how to make coffee. Sounds interesting.
All right. Looks like we got ourselves a deal.
Actually, you could make the case this is more valuable. The distance between me and Sojiro seems to be closing slightly. Yeah, you could argue that maybe this is better than being paid money because of what the coffee actually does. It is a consumable item, which can be very useful.
You may call yourself a phantom thief, but you're still a minor. Someone had to support you. Furthermore, they did so knowing you were a part of that group. Isn't the owner of that cafe an accomplice of yours?
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the Hierophant persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
The Hierophant rank 1.
All right.
I'll be counting on your help. See you later.
That's going to be a big slow burn. The Hierophant Confidant. I think it's the one that takes the longest to rank up. It has a lot of conditions on it.
Well then.
Oh, that's right, we heard about the Sunday shopping show. Should we check it out? Sure, why not? Show it off. Male host. Time to do shopping. But what's this? Something's wrong. There's a disturbance in the Force. You know, my first time through Persona 5, being a fan of the last two games, an avid fan of P3 and P4, I really expected, when I did this for the very first time, to hear a very familiar jingle and to be greeted by none other than the man known as Tanaka, a kind of crappy goods peddler from Persona 3, originally from Persona 3, and then who also appeared in Persona 4, appearing on TV every Sunday, selling his amazing commodities that you could buy and have delivered to your home. But that is not the case. Tanaka is not in Persona 5, sadly. Using the home shopping program, items bought through the home shopping program will be delivered to your door on a later date. The program airs on Sunday. There may be some items that can only be obtained exclusively through this program, so be sure to tune in often. I'm gonna be frank, I do not like the items that really get sold on the TV shows in any of the games. Really, Tanaka's his jingle was like the best part of it outside of the items. I'm sure it does come in sort of handy, but particularly in this game, I don't feel as though it's worth it because money is so very valuable in Persona 5's economy, and things are usually really expensive. See, like, this is almost 2,000 yen for this one item. I will pass. No thank you. But you can, you know, get it later if you want. I mean, like, I can try again. You can also use the TV downstairs. It's the same thing. I do not need this. I believe you get another opportunity at night. See, look at that guy that's on TV. That's not Tanaka. He's too trusty looking. Tanaka would be much shadier. Alright, what are we doing today? We are heading over to Shibuya. We're going to the underground walkway. Time to show off another very useful thing for Persona 5. On Sundays, here at the underground walkway, you have this juice stand right here, the drink stand. It sells a beverage only on Sundays. We've got fresh fruit juice, special drinks. It's incredibly bitter, but strengthens your body. It's called, I hope I pronounced this right, Ojiru? Ojiru?
What do you want?
So I heard what Ojiru actually is, but I'm going to actually Google it live here during recording. I think it's like a kelp drink, but let me look at this. Looking at the wiki, it is a Japanese vegetable drink most commonly made from kale or young barley grass. So there you go. That's what it is. So if you've ever had like a really weird like kale blend shake, you know it's terrible, but it's good for you. Apparently this place is called Vegetariano, which I'm going to guess is what the Japanese alliteration for it probably is. Anyway, this stand sells a drink every Sunday, only on Sundays, and you get 1 point, just 1 point, towards one of your social stats without passing the time. It's 5,000 yen for a point. And the way it works is that it will rotate if you buy it. So if you buy this one, the Beauty Aojuru, today, it'll be a new one next Sunday. But if you don't, it'll still be the Beauty one. It doesn't explain that anywhere. I've found that out through experimenting, which is why in my guide I write, hey, if you think you're a smartass and you're like, Scott, it's the wrong drink, you messed up. There's a contradiction. No, you idiot, you forgot to do it 1 week because, like, I've done this really efficiently. I've done it like 5 times. I got so many of those messages where they're like, it's not the right drink on Sunday. And I'm like, no, sweetie, you messed up and forgot to buy it 1 week. It explains that the first time I tell you to buy this. If you ever see a contradiction, you messed up. Anyway, this one gives me a point in charm. And next Sunday it'll be something different. Although, you won't be able to get it every Sunday because sometimes there will be some story shit going on and you won't have any free time on Sunday to leave and go buy it, but whatever. Okay. So we have our glorious free Sunday to ourselves. We don't have to go fight any monsters. We don't have to really do anything. In fact, if we open up our phone... Whoops, wrong one. I want to look at the map. We finally have the map of Tokyo, and obviously this is very limited. It'll open up quite a bit before the end of the game. And you can see that, as is in real life with Songen-jaya, Yongen-jaya is like southwest Tokyo. Shibuya is sort of in the heart, kinda. Now we have a card there because Takumi is available to be visited today. However, as I said prior, we need rank 2 in Guts in order to continue those clinical trials. And look at this.
Wait.
Come to think of it. That's right. That's what he said, but how do I go back to that room? By going through that door I just saw. I'm not going to do it now, but several Velvet Room locations will open up around Tokyo. This is the one in Shibuya. So if you want to go to the Velvet Room during a regular day, you can come here. So like I said, we need +2 in Guts. We need rank 2 to continue those shady clinical trials. That's what I'm going to try to achieve today. Going to the movie theater. Going to a movie will cause time to pass, but if it is your first time seeing a film, several of your stats may improve depending on the genre. The movie showing at the theater changes as time passes. I believe it's every month. So check back every so often to see what's playing. This is Tank Top Millionaire, which I believe is a play on Slumdog Millionaire. Atlas USA had a lot of fun with these movies. Because I can't quite remember, but I'm sure in the Japanese version it was all probably Japanese films. Maybe there were some Americana ones, I don't really know. But Atlas USA had a field day with these.
Well then.
And we also unlock fast travel to this location.
How the hell did some slumdog brat win so much prize money? It's just not possible. You must have cheated.
No, it wasn't cheating. It was destiny.
So during the films, you may hear some familiar music, depending on your familiarity with Atlas's games. I could really feel the courage of that boy and his attitude towards life. There's our rank 2 guts. We are now bold.
All right.
We even watched the credits all the way to the very end, as everyone should do. It's respectful, and you never know when you might see a, what's the phrase called? Damn it. I can't remember what it's called. I'm going to Google, why is this eluding me all of a sudden? Oh, I'm having a massive brain fart. It's the teaser thing. You can feel free to read all of these whispers going on at the end of around at Shibuya. That happens quite often.
Ah, you're back.
I guess you can sort of fast forward through those, but you know. You heard anything about stuff happening to Kamoshida? Nope, we have not heard anything. I see. Did something happen? I don't know, I'm just kind of feeling anxious. I keep thinking about how even with all you did, we might still end up getting expelled. My mom's totally gonna suffer if that happens. Plus, if we couldn't even help honor Suzui. We have to believe. Sorry, I guess now's not really the time to be getting all down in the dumps. Anyways, I'm feeling a little better now that I talked to you about this. Thanks, man. Oh, and don't tell An I was doubting us, okay? She won't have anyone to rely on if we're getting all worried about this shit. Well, see ya. Yeah, a little. I see. You're the only one here at night, so I'm not gonna bother setting a curfew or anything like that. So as long as you're taking school seriously, I don't mind if you stroll the streets at night. You can now explore Yongenjaya at night.
You got that?
But only go around these parts. Don't leave Yongenjaya. So we can now go out and do nighttime activities. Is that what we're going to do? No, it is not. We're doing something different. I'm going to sit here at the bar and read the first half of Zorro, the Outlaw.
Make sure you close up.
The man in the mask stood up for the weak and fought valiantly against injustice.
Yep.
Morgana wants us to pay close attention to Zorro. Yeah, I bet he does.
Hey.
Continue reading at another time, which will be in the immediate future. We were able to grab a seat. Well, why don't we finish reading the book? Although his opponent was truly a villain, he was still a perfect gentleman to him.
Yep.
Yes, I get it, Morgana. You really like Zorro.
Hey.
Zoro was not only strong in mind and body, but he also cared greatly for the common people. That will go into my kindness.
All right.
Hungry students skip breakfast. You can try the nostalgic steak at the diner in Shibuya. Now, in the Japanese version, the diner was referred to as a family restaurant. That's sort of a phrase that's used for some places in Japan, but I guess international audience wouldn't be too familiar with quote-unquote family restaurant. Though I guess it's kind of what a diner is, sort of. Some diners, some really like small local business ones, surely.
Oh.
I guess they are pretty much the same thing. It's good.
Oh.
I smell like curry all the time. Great. That's what the ladies want.
Jeez.
You know, I've heard sometimes teachers or professors say things like that. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, this one gets on my nerves as well. People that don't know the difference between could care less and couldn't care less. Though I get much more annoyed by people who do not correctly spell the word lose with one O and not two O's. That would be loose. I sound like such a piece of shit right now. But I see it all the time. It's like, I see it every week. It's like, why is it such a common misspelling? Overuse of the word literally, or misproper use.
How about you?
The true meaning of Kaku Shinhan. Now, luckily, I don't actually have to know. There was this, what is that guy's name? Chris Kohler, I think. He's just this writer, I think for Kotaku, who was like complaining about a class question that had to do with shogi. Never mind the fact that, you know, the game's set in Japan and you're a Japanese student and shogi does sort of a tie-in with the game. But he made like an article complaining about how it's bad localization. It should have been about chess, blah, 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 blah. How about this question? This is just straight up Japanese. Like, to be fair, I don't think like if as a Westerner you knew this without any sort of assistance, then good on you. But knowing your actions are wrong. Whoops. So sometimes questions have two parts to them. It's sort of like a if this then that. I don't know if that would be called like SAT style. I think at one point SAT's questions were kind of like that. And the second part would be that conviction that you're right.
Exactly.
It's when someone takes an action believing that it's right. The more you know. He might not be too bad. He might not be a violent criminal after all. Kakushihan was originally a term that referred to a crime driven by moral or political conviction. These days, it seems like the wrong usage is becoming more commonly accepted, though.
I see.
And unlike Persona 3 and 4, P5 does a very good job of making class questions in some form or fashion apply to the actual themes of the game or what's currently happening in the story. So we have one message. We also have the opportunity to go up to the library and return that book. So let's give the book back and borrow a new one. We are now going to borrow The Alluring Dancer, the passionate story of Carmen for those looking to be charmed. Okay. So now I can
Let's do it.
save the game. Whoops. I want to open my phone. We got a message from Tay. How's your studying coming along for your exams? By the way, I have a new medicine ready. I want to test it on you as soon as possible. Could you stop by, my little guinea pig? Feel like my bond with Takumi will grow stronger soon, but you just formed a deal with Takumi. You want to go see her at the clinic? Let's head over there. Oh, no, wait. I might have screwed up. Hopefully this doesn't kick me straight into it. It doesn't. I should head to the Velvet Room. I need to get a death persona on me. Even if I had immediately been sent into the Confidant event. Luckily, I very smartly saved right there, so I could have corrected myself. Curious man. Suspicious guys have been showing up near the airsoft shop at night. They're sneaking around making phone calls. Huh. Suspicious activity. I actually thought that might be about the Velvet Room. That's the first time I've read that dialogue.
Hey, inmate! I was waiting.
Oh, I thought this was going to be entirely voiced. You can come here directly from the real world. So a nice little touch is how you enter the Velvet Room. Inside of the metaverse, it's always Justine guarding the door to the Velvet Room, and she will politely open it for you so that you may stroll in as you're in your Joker costume. But when the entrance is out in the real world, let's see what happens. You can now fast travel here.
Hey, inmate!
So Caroline guards the entrance, and she sits on top of it. And by the way, it's obviously invisible to regular people still. No one else can see this. Or Caroline, for that matter. See how Caroline treats you. You get kicked in every single time. So inside the Velvet Room, I haven't explained all of the things you can do here. You can sit on the bed. Lie down, even. I feel like I can hear a voice coming from somewhere. You can also sit on this little toilet. Let your mind wander. If anything is unclear, I can explain. So you can get basic crash courses on things you may not know. What is a persona? I'm not going to read all of this, but you get the basic gist of what personas are. Shadows can only be defeated by attacks from Persona's users. You can ask, what's a confidant? What are shadows? Shadows are personas, shadow transformation, and shadow masks. Let's read this one, because I feel like this one might be the most interesting. Shadows are only affected by attacks from... Oh, okay, so it's the same. Or is more or less the same. I thought it might get into, like, the deep psychological inspirations, rather, that Persona draws from.
Do you have business with me?
Let's see.
You'd like to read the compendium?
If you were really clever, or very observant rather, you may have noticed that in an earlier part I cut a little bit of footage out of one of my trips inside the Velvet Room. And the reason for that, it was no big deal. It was just, I talked about something that maybe was a little too spoilery. I was like, maybe I'll hold off on that just a little bit. No big deal. But in doing so, I lost some footage of things I talked about, and so I have to re-explain it now. So inside the Velvet Room, this is the Persona Compendium. There is I guess there's not really a big scene where they're like explaining what the compendium is. The compendium is a tool that's been in or not every, but the last the modern Persona games from 3 onwards, and it kind of acts as a registry of all the personas that you can acquire in the game. Technically, these are not all of them. There are, it seems like it's all of them because you have all these empty spaces, but there are some that are kind of hidden that you have to find for yourself. Namely, the ultimate personas for each arcana are not actually put here. They don't have a space. But that's alright. This is most of it. And you can see that we are 8% completed after, you know, a few weeks into the game. There's also the DLC personas, my Izanagi and Izanagi Picaro, for pre-ordering the game from USPSN. And, wrong mic. Picaro just is, I think every DLC Persona has a Picaro version. It's just, P5 versions, you know. We have the red and black plaid put on Izanagi. For those that may not know, Izanagi is the starter persona of the Persona 4 hero, Yunarukami. The DLC personas do not count towards the compendium in terms of like completion percentage. There's obviously a trophy for completing the compendium, so you don't have to buy all the DLC to get that trophy or anything. But should you buy DLC, they will then be registered inside of the compendium. And I won't pull them out because I kind of view them as cheating. But the way it works is, you see they cost 0 yen. You can pull them out for free once and add them to your stock. But after that, they will cost money, so you can't keep doing it infinitely without spending money. But all the other personas, as you can see, here's Arsene.
Is this what you want?
Do cost money. He costs a couple thousand yen. So personas will be registered as exactly as they are the first time you receive them. So say I get whatever the level 16 full is for the first time through fusion. And the first time I fuse it, it gets like 2 extra levels, and it's level 18, and it has some extra skills. Well, that'll be the version that is then reflected in the compendium. And what you can do is, as you perhaps make a persona stronger through grinding or adding skill cards or other functions in the Velvet Room, you can then go and re-register it so that the compendium updates and reflects a stronger version of that persona. So what you can do, as I have begun to do in a separate playthrough, and just as I did in Persona 3 and 4, is take the starter persona and make it incredibly strong. So, like in my P4 Golden file, I have a level 99 Izanagi with perfect stats, and it has, like, absorbed every type of skill on it, and it's super beefy. You can do that with any persona you really want to, and just update your compendium, and then you can use it on any subsequent playthroughs when you play the game. Your compendium does obviously carry into New Game Plus, so you don't have to go through the process of recollecting everything on a save file. It's super awesome, and I'm sure Persona fans already know all this, and I'm going too much into detail and explaining things that everyone knows. Everyone except for Twitter user Nico Latarino. who foolishly played through all of Persona 3 and 4 and got 200, I kid you not, 200 hours into Persona 5 before he learned what the Persona Compendium was. How? Now, to be fair to Nico, who I rag on but do like, English isn't his first language, so
Time for some rehabilitation.
so maybe I can go a little easy on him. That said, part of it's really impressive that he didn't know the compendium existed through 3 full playthroughs of these games. Part of it's impressive in the sense that it's like, how can you be so dense? Part of it's also impressive in that he beat them all without knowing about it. So we have now coined the phrase, the Nico Challenge, to play through a modern Persona game without use of the compendium. Now, I think it should be amended, and the challenge should be updated to reflect a full playthrough of a Persona game where not only do you not know about, you don't use the compendium, but you also have to max all the links or confidants. To me, that would be the real challenge, because you obviously have all those events where you need to carry personas of the right arcana and whatnot. So imagine having to do that without using the compendium. Is it possible? I don't know, but that would be a fun challenge. The Nico Challenge. It's going to be a thing.
Read here.
Okay, I actually do want to use the compendium. I'm not just goofing around in here, because I have no way to make one on me at the moment, so I need to go buy a death persona.
This is your last page. Are you finished?
No, as you just heard there, fantastic. It's such a great touch. I love this game. Is that if you're doing what I just did and you're really quickly going through the menus of the Velvet Room and you're hitting circle and X and backing out real quick, Caroline will, or Justine rather, will just be like, you lack patience, or such rudeness. If you interrupt her voice dialogue, it's fantastic. I love it so much.
It is time, inmate.
There's so much little care that went into this game. It's fantastic. Alright, let's head over back to Yongenjaya and spend our time with Takumi. This will be our last event for the part. At my current level of guts, I should be able to handle that medicine. I should suggest a clinical trial. Give me the clinical trial. She's developed a new medicine. I don't necessarily know if I needed this persona for this event, but as I write, I mean, it's possible to figure out. Someone made an awesome Google Docs site for Persona 4 Golden, which was like really in-depth for the social link system in that game in terms of like the point tally that exists, the very hidden point tally of like, this response is however many points, and this response is this many points, and you need this many points for the next rank up. And it's not as simple as like 1 point or 2 point or 3 points. It's really like higher numbers than that. It's like 8 points. It's super complicated. And someone made like a fantastic Google Docs of like, that really did the math. And it said like, absolutely, like you need a persona on this event, and you have to pick at least, you have to get at least this many points and pick these responses. So when I wrote my guide for Persona 5, I didn't really go that far in depth. I just wrote at the very beginning that with the exception of like one event at the very beginning of the game, because it's like so early, that I just say, just always carry them. Unless it's one of the confidants where it doesn't matter, just carry the Arcana with you. It'll be much safer that way. The phrase I use is, it's like washing your hands. It's just a good habit to get into. You don't have to worry about it. Just make sure you have the Arcana, and then, you know, you'll be good. You know, don't play it dangerously.
Please head to the exam room.
So let's do this event. Over here dragging my feet talking about stuff. Hopefully that's what people want, though, you know. I could just speedrun through this game, but I want to give some insight here. Prove that I actually know what I'm talking about some of the times that I'm always running my mouth. A powerful taste, both sour and bitter, overwhelms me. The smell is terrible. I'm having a hard time breathing. Is it the same guy from... Nope, it's a cop.
What?
A little rude to burst in here. Yeah, don't you need a warrant? And this kind of feels like it violates patient-doctor confidentiality, just bursting into an exam room like this. I could have been naked. Huh. We're on a date. I have a bad heart. So this is why she's the death confidant. Because of this reputation she has as the plague. Very nice little tie-in, to be honest. I agree.
Wow.
That was the favorable response, but I wish I could have gotten the dialogue about the plague. The Death Social Link in Persona 4 had a sort of similar kind of reason for being the death in that game. So it's cool to kind of see that tradition continue.
By the way.
Ugh. I don't have a lot of phobias, but drawing blood gives me the creeps. Gotta go along with it. I guess I have no choice. It's for the medicine. It's for the Phantom Thieves. It feels like my bond with Takumi is growing even deeper. Death rate 2.
All right.
Oh boy, if someone said that joke to me, I would not forgive them. I feel like cooperating in that shady clinical trial has increased my guts.
Take care.
Ah, you're back.
Okay, that wraps up this fairly long episode, which we went over time, but that's fine because I spent a good number of minutes running your ear off. So in the next one we will we will do our nighttime activity, then continue onwards with our free time. We have about a week until we see what the fallout is for changing Kamoshida's heart.